Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by. So today I will be doing a book review, and this is entitled Phantom Waltz. And I will be providing information from Goodreads.com, and I will give you my review after that. So do watch the rest of my video because I have been accused of not really doing a review. And what they did was just listen to the intro as well as the info that I got from Goodreads, and then they just kind of assumed I really didn't do a review or didn't even read the book. So here you go. So in Goodreads, this is the book number 2 of the Kendrick, Coulter, Harrigan series written by Katherine Anderson. This is rated 4.18 stars out of 5. One glance, that's all it takes. Wealthy rancher Ryan Kendrick falls hard and fast for lovely Bethany Coulter. A beguiling mix of sass and shyness, naivete and maturity, she shares his passion for horses, has a great sense of humor, and can light up a room with her beautiful smile. She's absolutely perfect in every way but one. A long ago barrel racing accident has left Bethany confined to a wheelchair. In the years since, she has known both betrayal and heartbreak and vowed never to open her heart to a man again. She has even accepted the possibility that she'll never be able to enjoy a healthy, intimate relationship or have children of her own. But there's something about handsome Ryan Kendrick, something that makes her believe she can overcome every obstacle, something that makes her believe in lifelong, lasting love. So this was written in January 2nd, 2007, and the genres I belong to would be romance, contemporary, and westerns. I'm going to be very brutally honest about this one. And the reason I say that, well, you're going to find out. So I tried reading this the first time, I would say about a year ago. Yeah, a year ago, I actually stopped the series. I really enjoyed the first book. And then something about intimacy and romance when it comes to someone who is disabled or in a wheelchair, it was really kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. I know, they're people and they have feelings and thoughts and they're still human and they have a disability. It was just a little bit hard for me to wrap my head around. And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings out there, but it was just, I guess, for me, and maybe I'm not the only one, and I do apologize if I'm hurting anybody's feelings, but for me, I just kind of feel like when someone is in that kind of capacity, I feel like in my head, I always put them on a pedestal, I guess, and that's how I was raised. And so it's kind of like intimacy, sexual relations, wheelchair, I feel like it's a little bit much, I think. So it really was hard for me to do that, and I had to read a lot of different kinds of books that had a lot of taboo in it, and I kind of decided to give this another try. And if I didn't really read those other books, I don't think I would open up to this again, and I think I would just stop this particular series just because this was just kind of hard for me to overcome. So the first time I read it, because I reread the whole thing, and I was, I think, 3/4, or I was almost done, and I just quit, 75 to 80%. It really was like eating glass for me the first time. It was like eating glass. It was just difficult, and I was I felt like I was forcing myself instead of enjoying the book. But I always kind of do that though, because being dyslexic and the enjoyment and the finishing tasks, especially books, is always a priority for me, and I always feel the need to finish something. And so when I started this is probably one of the rare books that I actually quit just because of that. And then about a year later, or however months later, I picked this up again and I started reading it. And because I have read other more taboo or other taboo situations since then, it really, really made me see more than just the chair for Bethany. Because for me, the first time I read this, I just saw the chair. Every time her name was mentioned, chair. Every time, just the thought of her, chair. So that was a complete roadblock for me, and so it gave me these blinders. And after having to go through that on a personal level and rereading this again, because I really wanted to give it a a fair chance, and I'm thinking it wouldn't really be a fair chance if I just resumed where I was, and it's been months and months, and I really, you know, there might be something that I'm missing. So the second time I tried to reread it, or the third time, which is the final time, I really saw her as a person. And even in the book, like, she even mentions how people just see a chair, and people just see a chair, and that I feel like maybe a part of me just kind of grew a little bit in the X amount of months. And so I did that, and this is such a heartwarming, sweet story. And if you're able to overcome the chair, like it took for me a while to do that, and I had to go through a lot of different things. Bethany really, you know, just because she has a chair, she really isn't like a timid, quiet person. Like, okay, I'm not even gonna say anything more. I feel like there might be something that that I will probably spell and make it into some kind of spoiler. So, this does talk about the hardship and the sadness that Bethany went through, which really traumatized her. And it does go into detail. So don't worry about that. That will actually be answered. And if you haven't read the first one, I would suggest you read the first one, because the first one, he really does kind of spotlight Ryan as well. That who Ryan is, who Ryan was, and who Ryan could be, you know, certain things like that. It gives you like big hints. That's why it was such a crazy mix together with Bethany and Ryan, because Ryan is this I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he is almost pretty high up there, crazy multimillionaire rancher, but he's not really the flashy like you know, Manhattan kind of multimillionaire in a sense. He is a downright rancher. He works in the dirt. He works early in the day. He works with animals in the land, stuff like that. So he's a very rugged kind of wealthy man. And it's just, there's a lot of times here that really made me smile and gasp, and like made my heart really fill and just warm up. There really are some, like, this is a really, really, really great story. It just, I don't know, I just always have like this battle with Katherine Anderson books, and I think majority of that really comes with the cover. The cover is just very unappealing for me, but as soon as I open her books, I'm always just I'm sorry, I just had an accident like a few weeks ago, so another concussion in the books. So anyway, it just always sucks me in. So I would say out of 10 stars, I would probably give this an 8. It's very, very good. The story is very good. I would give this a 2 thumbs up, and I do recommend it. And everything will be down below, especially where to get the whole series, where to get the simple makeup that I did today, and anything else that I could probably share with you guys. So check those out down below, because I always have links for you guys, and it's easy for you guys to check out where to find them and all that good stuff. If you guys have any other suggestions on other books that I might enjoy, just so you know, if you suggest for me that doesn't really have any kind of romance in there, and if you send me these books in any form, I will probably not open them. So it has to have some romance in there, and I don't care what the subgenres are. I prefer nothing that is just plainly erotica, because I feel like it's just too much for me. Anything from YA to a period piece, to westerns, to dystopian, to all of that, to paranormal, fantasy, anything. As long as there's romance in there, I will definitely give it a shot. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.